Hi, I'm going to try to write 5,000 words today. I decided to do this a little bit impulsively. The day that I'm filming this is July 31st. And last night I was looking at the numbers and okay, let's be real. My writing this month has been a little bit of a struggle in some ways. Like I've had a few days that were really, really strong and good, but then I had like a week where I barely wrote anything at all because I was struggling so much with the plot. And so I had to dedicate a lot of time to brainstorming and all that sort of thing, which is still valuable. Don't get me wrong, but I have goals that I want to meet. I want to finish the second draft of this book by the end of the year. And that requires me to, write a lot. But okay, here's the exact situation. I had set out to write 20,000 words in the month of July, and I had already sort of resigned myself to, okay, we're not making it. As of right now, I'm about 4,500 words short of that goal. And yeah, I'd given up. I was like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because I had fallen behind by like a whole week basically. But then last night I thought, what if I don't do that though? What if I actually try to write 5,000 words in one day and try to meet my goal? Not that you have to meet your goals every time in order to be successful, but I kind of wanted to test myself. I wanted to see how many words I could write today if I just really dedicate a lot of time and energy to it and really only focus on that and have a specific word count goal in mind. Because, okay, here's another thing I'm realizing. I don't think I've ever tried to do like a word count challenge or like a writing challenge. I've never really pushed myself in that way. I mean, I have a general writing goal for the month, but I've never tried a challenge over the course of a week or a weekend or a day. So here we are. I'm going to try to meet my goal and I'm challenging myself to write 5,000 words today. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm going to try to keep the expectations a little bit low, but you know what? Okay, no. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell myself we're going to get it done. We're doing this today. This is happening. I'm going to write 5,000 words. I'll give grace to myself if I don't, but I'm going to do it. Oh, and also, if you're new here, hi, my name is Joy. I'm a fantasy writer, and I am working on what will hopefully be my debut novel. I'm calling it Project Phoenix right now, and it's a high fantasy with a romantic subplot and gothic vibes. So there we go. That's what I'm working on. I'm about 32,000 words into my second draft, and I'm anticipating that it's going to be at least 120,000 words, probably. But we're going to add 5,000 words. We're going to hit 37,000 words today. I'm telling you right now. But okay, it is already 11 a.m., so it's a bit of a late start to be having such an ambitious goal. But you must know, I do have 2 young children, and so I spent the morning with them. But my son is going down for a nap now, so this is my first real opportunity to actually sit down to write. And my mother-in-law is gonna come by in the afternoon to take the kids out. So I'm gonna be a free woman. And then this evening, I already happened to have writing plans with friends over FaceTime, so I'm hoping that works out. We planned it in a pretty loosey-goosey way. It was like, if you need to back out, you can. But I hope that we're able to do that. It is a very rainy, gloomy day. The lighting isn't going to be great for filming, but the vibes are perfect. So I'll take it. But okay, we got to get started. Let's do this. Okay, I'm here for my first check-in. It is 12:50 p.m. and so far today, I have written 665 words, which is great. That would be so good for a normal day. I mean, I think typically, on a typical day, I'll usually write between 500 and 1,000 words, and I'll feel very good about that. However, unfortunately, Today is not an ordinary day, and yeah, I'm a little bit behind where I wanted to be. I kind of wanted to be at like 1,000 words by this point, which maybe was like a high expectation to hold myself to, especially because I feel like when you first start writing, it just takes a little while to get into the flow of things. And yeah, I took some time to reread the scene that I was in because I was in the middle of a scene, and then I was just so stuck initially, and I was kind of like piddling around and revising and messing with some sentences that I had already written, which like not ideal. Like, girl, get your priorities straight, just dive straight into drafting this scene. Like, come on. And this is also almost an entirely new scene. Technically, this scene did happen in the first draft, but everything about it, with the exception of maybe a sentence or two of description, is different. Like, everything about what's happening and going on with the characters internally is different. So yeah, I was really struggling with the middle of the scene where some conflict happens between Vera and her family. I knew that there would be conflict, but I didn't fully understand or like have a grasp on exactly what that conflict entails. Like, I have an idea, but it's vague enough that I was just really struggling with it. So ultimately, I decided to write like a bracketed summary and then move on because I was just getting so stuck and it was taking me forever. I kept writing a sentence and deleting the sentence, and just like it was not ideal. So I spent like almost an hour trying in vain to write that part of the scene. And when I moved on, oh my gosh, it was so much better. I also started a 30-minute sprint, which was helpful because at first I wasn't sprinting per se. I was just writing, which normally is fine, but I think I just needed to kick my butt into gear because I kept on getting distracted and sidetracked too. But once I started the sprint, I managed to get like over 600 words for that sprint. So like I wrote like 65 words in an hour, struggling so much. And then I wrote like 600 words in 30 minutes. So writing, guys. Hi, buddy. Alphonse is here. I love my kitty cat. Okay. I don't think I'm necessarily about to get on a roll, but I am currently writing an interaction between Vera and Cecil, and I'm very excited about it because this is the first interaction that they're having that is a little bit more intimate. Like, it's not romantic per se, but they're being somewhat vulnerable with each other. Like, it's the beginning of them actually really getting to know each other because they've had previous interactions, but they were a little bit more surface oriented. So yeah, I am really excited to dive into this scene. I just hope that I have the words, I hope that the words come out because so far what I've written, like, it's fine, it's serviceable, but it's gonna need some heavy revision because but okay, all that being said, I need to go eat some lunch, and I'm also like at the dregs of my coffee. Like, all the ice has melted and it's just watered down coffee at this point. So I require another caffeinated beverage, and I actually just bought a new matcha powder that was really expensive, but I'm hoping that it's really good. So I want to try that out, test that out. I'm going to attempt, keyword, attempt a strawberry matcha for the first time. So let's go make that, and then I'll keep on writing. My mother-in-law just got here, so she's gonna be able to watch the kids, and I am gonna be free to write, which is really fun. But okay, I just made this matcha, and I'm gonna do a taste test because I have no idea how it's gonna be. Okay, it looks delicious. I mean, it's beautiful, but yeah, let's try it. I mean, this is probably the best matcha I've ever made, not gonna lie. It would be better with fresh strawberries. I did just thaw out frozen strawberries, so it's like not quite as good as it could be probably, like with super fresh strawberries, but still, it's good. It's very good and very easy to make, actually. All right, I'm gonna head upstairs and do another writing sprint, I guess. See how far we can get. Okay, you guys. Wow, it is currently 2:55 p.m. So it's been a little while since our last little check-in, and I just finished 2 30-minute sprints, and both of them were quite successful. Actually, I've been on a little bit of a roll. Like, every single sprint I've been able to get between like 500 and 600 words, which is fantastic. So we are now sitting at, wait, how many words did I get? So we are now sitting at 1,747 words, which is wonderful. I'm almost at 2,000 words, and it's like 3 p.m. I do kind of expect that I'm going to be writing late into the night. So like, I think hopefully I'm going to meet my goal. I will say, these words are very messy. Like, heavy revisions are going to be required. And I'm kind of hopping around a lot in the scene because I keep on getting ideas of things that I want to include, but I'm going to really need to comb back through and add transitions to each of the different ideas that I have of the little beats of the scene, if that makes sense. Because really, Vera and Cecil are having this conversation. There are a couple of things that kind of happen in their environment during the conversation. And I don't know, there's like lots of character moments, and I'm trying to decide what the most organic progression of those character moments is. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. I'm trying to find the chemistry between these two main characters, and it's not perfect yet. There's so much tweaking that's going to be happening, but like, I'm loving adding these little glimpses because if you don't know, there is a little bit of a slow burn romance that happens between Vera and Cecil, but like both of them, especially Vera, really like resist it. Cecil, I think, is gonna get down bad like real fast. I'm having fun trying to navigate like what that looks like and how to build natural chemistry between characters. I mean, what I have right now, I feel like I'm just setting down some broad paint strokes, and I'm going to go in with more detail and intentionality later, but I'm just blocking in the colors. I'm blocking in the vibes and like the nature of their conversation, because really Vera is getting like a little bit vulnerable here about her past and about her anxieties and her desires and what she thinks is going to make her happy. And Cecil, poor guy, he's trying really hard to support her and say the right thing. It's interesting because this scene is not only about their chemistry. It's not only about their relationship, so to speak. There's lots of plot elements and character elements woven into it. I mean, each of them are their own fully fleshed characters, but I'm wanting to weave in hints of the romance, and I'm wanting to portray how they're very slowly building trust. And really what they're doing actually is putting in a foundation that the rest of their interactions over the course of the novel can kind of build upon, because what's happening is that they're mutually establishing that they enjoy each other's company and presence and like to be around each other, and they're also establishing that they feel safe around each other and understood by the other person. And all this is happening alongside like a little lore drop too that is also very important. So yeah, it's a lot that I'm trying to accomplish with this scene all at the same time. And let me just say that I'm grateful that I'm gonna get to revise this more than right now, because right now I really am in a drafting frame of mind. I'm throwing around brackets very freely, and I will go back through and polish this probably next week. But yeah, today I'm just trying to get the words down, honestly. But okay, I was considering going to a coffee shop just for a change in scenery and taking like a little bit of a break. I have until about 5 p.m. So it's 3 right now. I have a couple of hours where I could leave and go to a coffee shop, but I need to find a coffee shop that isn't closing at 4 p.m. because most of the ones around me close by like 3 or 4. And I don't want that to be the case. Like, I want to be able to linger until like 5 o'clock. So I don't know. There's a chance that I'll wind up at Starbucks, which is not the vibe that I'm seeking, but it might be the only option that I have. But I want to look and see if there are any coffee shops that close just a little bit later today, please. We're having a phone mic moment because I don't have my normal mics with me, but I wanted to give you a quick update. I was at the coffee shop for about an hour, and actually my husband came and joined me, which was super fun, and I managed to get about 700 words, which is pretty good. So my word count total so far for the day, I am very close to 2,500 words, which puts me at halfway, and it is 5 p.m. So, I mean, in theory, I have like 7 hours until midnight, so I should have plenty of time, I guess, to like get the remaining 2,500 words. However, I do have like dinner between now and then. My mother-in-law is done watching the kids, so she's going to drop them off at the house and I'm going to meet them there. I am going to have my husband pick up Chick-fil-A for dinner, which is going to be great. But yeah, I'm not sure how much writing I'll be able to get done in the next couple of hours. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, as for where I'm at in the scene, I'm getting really close to the end of the scene that I'm currently on, which makes me a little bit concerned because I feel like it's harder for me to start a scene. Like it just takes me some extra time to really get into it. So I'm hoping that it's not too challenging for me to get into the scene. I don't know. But yeah, there's my update. Alright guys, I officially have hit the 3K mark. I've got 3,028 words and it is 8:22 p.m. So, we're making progress, but at the rate that I'm going, I feel like, I don't know, like it's certainly doable because I have like 3.5 hours to write 2,000 words. I think it's possible, but I have to like seriously lock in and be writing at least 500 words every hour. Again, it's totally doable. Within a 30-minute sprint, I can write 500 words, but I don't have a constant stream of inspiration. And I've also been taking some time to write some notes on the side of my Scrivener document and kind of like a bullet pointed outline of what's happening in the scene or what I think is going to happen. And I'm not really counting that towards the total word count. So yeah, it's something. I'm also hoping to write with some friends. One of them did have to cancel, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I might hop on FaceTime here soon. And of course, then I'm gonna like want to yap a little bit and talk things through with friends, which like is a good thing, but also I'm trying to like actually lock in and get writing done. So oh, it's hard. At this point, I'm just feeling so tired since I've been at it pretty much all day. It's been my main focus, at least since the afternoon, because I didn't actually start writing in the morning. I started in earnest around noon. Like I know I checked in with you at like 11 a.m., but it took me a while to actually get to my project and get into writing. But on and off, I've pretty much been writing for 8 hours at this point, and my yield is 3,000 words, which like actually is a little bit discouraging because I know that I have taken breaks. I did do like the dishes and I've gotten food and I did some driving and like I've been checking in with you guys. So I'm not writing literally 8 hours straight and only getting 3,000 words, but it does make me a little bit fearful because I'm like, oh my God, I've been writing all day and only have 3,000 words and I still have 2,000 words to go and we're closing in on midnight. Okay, we're not actually closing on a midnight. It's literally not even 9 p.m. yet, but still like I'm feeling a little bit of pressure now. And since I'm so tired, I'm like, I don't know if this is going to happen or not. So again, it's okay. It's not the end of the world if I don't meet my 5K word goal, but I would like to. That would be fun. I don't know. We'll see if I can like actually truly really lock in here. That would be the best. But okay, I'm going to stop talking so that I can write because I'm feeling like a little bit like hi. Hello. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is 11:30 p.m. I just finished FaceTiming with Emily. We had 2 30-minute writing sprints and made great progress. And yeah, I'm about to start my final writing sprint. I'm pretty confident I'm gonna hit 5,000 words. My current word count is 4,664. I think it's gonna happen. So yeah, let's just knock out like less than 350 words. I mean, that's gonna be nothing. I think I'm gonna set the sprint for 20 minutes and then yeah, I'll get it in before midnight. So okay, let's do it. Oh my gosh, we did it. Okay, amazing. And with 15 minutes to spare. Hello, it's the next day and I just wanted to debrief with you guys. I promptly powered down last night after I was done with my 5,000 words. I just immediately went to bed and rotted, but I did it. 5,045 words in a single day. And I met my July writing goal, actually surpassed it. And I think that might be the most that I've ever written in a single day, at least in recent memory. I did have the help of several friends cheering me on. My FaceTime with Emily came in clutch, frankly. Yes, we did spend a lot of time yapping, but we also spent a lot of time body doubling, so thank you, girl. I will say for the last 1,000 or so words, honestly, the thing that saved my butt the most was that the next scene that I started to write actually had a lot that was salvageable from the first draft. It just made my life so much easier to have, you know, some description that I was able to bring over and that sort of thing. So it kept me sane and kind of boosted my word count a little bit and made me feel a little bit more confident. And frankly, that was what gave me the freedom to yap with Emily so much, which was great because I honestly needed the mental break from writing. In the end, my final word count total for the second draft is 37,100 words. And yes, that one clip that I recorded, I think it said 37 and 99 words. You can go back and check if you want. I literally added one more word so that it would round out. You're welcome. Okay, so final thoughts. Would I do this again? I liked the end result. Obviously. I mean, I would typically write maybe 4,000 to 5,000 words in a single week, not a single day. So the fact that I was able to get so much done is really rewarding. And I'm currently standing at like something like 7,000 words for the entire week currently. And I still have until Sunday and today is Friday. So I'm still planning to write today and Saturday. And maybe I'll like get another 1,000 words or so between the 2 days. And that will make it like an 8,000 word week, which is incredible. Like that is a lot of writing, but obviously it's not sustainable at all. Even if writing were to be my full-time job, I feel like I would burn out really quickly if I made it a goal to write 5,000 words every day. And I had to sacrifice a lot of things. I mean, a lot of things around my house didn't get done. I didn't get to spend a lot of time with my family. I had to lean on my husband a lot to pick up dinner and to get the kids to bed, that sort of thing. So this is not the sort of thing that I can do often, but it is nice to know that I can do it and that I'm up to the challenge. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And actually, if you made it to the end of the video, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe first drop like any sort of writing related or book related emoji and tell me the most words you've ever written in a single day. I'm really curious. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me for a day in my writing life. Until next time, bye.